All right, welcome back, Jeff with RV Knowledge Group. So, RV, pretty much standard RV dishwasher. I have a backup of Splendids in my garage from my old motorhome. This one came with the Whirlpool matching set, so I never installed the Splendids. But I have them. They were pretty expensive. They're about $1,000 a piece. I have them in case these fail. All right, now, I have had a leak before, which was evident when I saw some water down here. I had to pull the dryer down, I'm sorry, and get back there. That was really fun because, as you can see, there is no room on either side. There is no access from here unless you were to take the fridge out, which I'm not doing. There is no access on this side, not even through this panel up in here. And there is very little access up top. And I keep these here to, number one, to keep it tight and to absorb some vibration while we're moving. But you can't get your hand back. I'm 6 feet tall. I can't get my hand back there and get to the dryer vent. And we had the leak a couple months ago. I had to pull the whole dryer out, and then the dryer had about a 6-inch tube connecting it to the wall. You can't get that back on. So I had to end up going and getting like one of those 6-foot tubes, which I know the shorter pipes are the best, but you know, I had to attach the tube while it was on top of some stuff, you know, holding it up as tall as I could. And you know, that was pretty much the shortest tube I could find. And it was a rush job. So, you know, unfortunately, I've seen some where there's plenty of room up top to get to like lean on top of the dryer. That doesn't work with some of these setups. Anyway, this video is more about what happens with these washers. My wife just did her one on the inside. She did the same exact thing I'm about to do, and she said it was all slimy and kind of dirty. Now, on our Splendid, last time we had it, it didn't work one day. It had water up to about here, and it was throwing an error code, and I forget what it was because it was about 2 years ago. And I had to research it, and the error code meant that something was clogged. All right, so my little drain port was not nearly easy to access as this one is on my Splendid because of the way I had it installed. So it was a pain in the ass to do. But what I did, and I'm hoping this one's not going to leak a ton, you know what, I should grab another roll of paper towels just in case. All right. But if you ever have that where you have to drain this, and the laundry machine is full, there's going to be a lot of water coming out of here. All the water in the machine, and then some extra water that you don't see. It was probably about 3 gallons of water that came out of here. A wet shop vac would probably work terrific. I don't have one, and I didn't have one on me at the time when my issue happened. So anyway, you pull this drain out, and we're going to do that. Oh yeah, see the water coming out? So I am gonna probably get more paper towels lined up and maybe a dish towel too. Let's see, let's grab some dish towels. Ones that my wife won't kill me if I use. All right. So we don't want the water getting under this wood. That's what happened the one time already when I had the leak. So we want to try to keep it flowing down the front if we can. So we'll do this. We'll get a bunch of paper towels handy. And we're gonna undo this again. Here comes the water. So now this is another problem when you go to winterize these machines, okay? Some of them will tell you, just put RV antifreeze in here and run it through a cycle real quick and that'll be fine. Well, that's a bunch of crap. When I had my Splendids installed and I did that same exact winterizing technique, it did not get into, there's a part on the back. It's kind of like a splitter. It's a hot and cold splitter, and I forget the exact name of the part, but the water did not get into that part because the water, when it gets fed, it comes through a pipe and goes into the splitter, then goes into the machine. Well, if you don't have the antifreeze coming through the main pipes, it's not going to get into the splitter. and the splitter over the winter froze, and it cost me $100. I replaced the part myself, but it cost $100 to fix it. Would have cost a lot more if I had to get someone to do it for me. So when you winterize a washing machine, always have RV pumping through your water pump and run your machine that way. That way it's going to get all down in here. It's going to get in your mixing valve in the back. I think that's what it's called, mixing valve, where the hot and cold come in. And it's going to get in here. It's going to winterize everything. Because if you don't do that, you know, you could have a terrible situation like I had. I still have water coming out of here. And this is the problem with these, is, like I said, the water collects down here. And you have to get it out. You have to clean these once in a while. This is the perfect time. We don't take another trip for a couple months. And so this is just a great time for me to do it. But you can see the water coming out of there. And we want to get it all out and see what's in there. Now, as I said, if you have a wet dry vac, this might work a little better. It might take a little bit to get all this water. I mean, you can just see how wet that towel's getting. It's just becoming more wet by the minute here. Now, do I know how much water is in there? I have no clue. It could be a quarter gallon, it could be a full gallon. Really don't know, but I know it's coming out pretty good. And you can see these paper towels, they're pretty wet. There's not much dry in there. Let's see, I can't tell if it's starting to slow down. I don't think so. Nope. I can tell it's not slowing down yet. And like I said, imagine if you had to do this like on the fly. Your washing machine's not working. There's water in there, and it's all got to come out through this drain valve. It's going to be a lot of water, and it's pouring out of there right now. Yep, that last one was, you can see all the water on the floor there. That last one was pretty wet. So I'm doing this all to clean it out so that we can get to what's the sliminess in there, which is going to affect your washing machine, how the way it washes and how clean it gets. Because if that water, especially warm water, is circulating, because this water circulates, it doesn't just sit there, it circulates, and if it circulates through the slime that's down in there, what they call biofilm, it's going to then go back up into your washer and just continue to feed the problem. So, you know, washing machine cleaners do a pretty good job, but I found that they're not the perfect solution. Bleach is not the perfect solution either. Bleach tends to kill surface issues, but it doesn't do much. Like, bleach doesn't penetrate into the biofilm that well. You would have to leave it soaking an awful long time in order for it to kill everything in the biofilm and essentially the biofilm itself. So getting things cleaned is the best way to go about it. And what a pain, because I've been here for, I don't know, almost 10 minutes, and this water is still coming out. I can't tell if it's slowing down, but you don't want it to come out too fast, and it overwhelms your ability to suck it up with the paper towels. So you have to go kind of slow. Now you can see it coming out real good. We're going to close it up a little bit. Yeah, see, that's pretty wet. And imagine if I didn't have the paper towels, that towel would be soaked and it would be going all under the woodwork, and we don't want that. So let's see if we can get this done here. Here it comes again. Now, as I said, I don't know how much water is in here. Could be a heck of a lot. It could be done soon. I don't know. We will most likely speed this up. Let's see, I don't see it getting the tail quite as wet now. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it looks like it's slowing down, which is good. The tail feels pretty dry. Switch to my other hand here. All right, so here's what was on that thing. That's the biofilm that I was talking about. It's just goop, slime. All right, I gotta get in a better position to see in here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. I'll try to focus in on that. There's definitely some junk right there. There's one of your pump motors down there. So let's see if we can get some of this junk out of here. Now we did run, oh, you can see that's a lot of sand right there. So whatever's not coming out on your clothes and going in the dryer is obviously settling down here in this drain. And one time when I had my clog with my Splendide, it was that a color catcher sheet, I forget who makes them, but the entire color catcher sheet had somehow gotten sucked down into this area and got stuck in the filter. It was like a filter on the Splendide and was causing the pump to not recirculate water. So that's what I said. If you ever have your washing machine stops working on you and the tub is filled with water, this is what you're going to have to do to drain it. It's not fun. It is absolutely necessary. And so this is how you do it. So we're going to see if we can get, if I can get these towels off. Let's see if we can get a towel up in here and maybe get any more gunk out of there. I still feel some water. Yeah, some rocks. You can see it. And so this is why once in a while you have to do this and get all that gunk out of there that you can. And once again, you see that motor back in there. It's probably like an impeller, like my old fish tanks used to use. Yeah, I'm turning it right now. So, and then once everything's cleaned up, I'm gonna get this all clean. I'm just gonna reinsert it, and then we should be good for a little while. So, all right, thanks for watching.